top stories on Cult of Mac. Ask AI-powered Rabbit R1 for anything without touching an app. Uh, this is a little gadget. I don't know. It looks like it's about the size of a Game Boy or something. Uh, it's AI powered. It can do pretty much anything you'd normally do with some combination of apps on your smartphone. According to their keynote, the idea is that it's not like a it's not like a smartphone replacement. This is a supplementary device, but instead of opening your phone and poking around and doing this and doing that by hand, you can ask it to explain something. You can call an Uber, order meal delivery, or even book a fairly complex vacation itinerary. For a few examples, it's basically a hardware the device that's like what we wish Siri would be, except it's a separate thing that you can just buy. Um, so unless an iPhone replacement, like compare this to the Humane AI pin, which I've regularly trashed on this show before. The Rabbit R1 comes with a screen. Imagine that. And it also costs under a third of the price at just $199 with no subscription necessary. The I mean, the industrial design on this is gorgeous. It was done in collaboration with Teenage Engineering. If you don't know what they've done, they made like some expensive like audio gear and toys before that I have like no possible justification or use for, or if I were to get one of those, I wouldn't even be capable of using like 5% of what it does. But they all look incredibly cool. Like I kind of wish I was an audio nerd so that I could use some of their products and spend like thousands of dollars on their stuff. But the Rabbit R1 has a small like 2.8-inch touchscreen, half the size of an iPhone. It's in this like what is it again? Is it yellow or red? I can't remember. I'm not looking.
To me, it looks orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoops, I'm on the wrong story. There we
go.
go.
It has a spinning camera that they call the Rabbit Eye. So, like all these advanced, AI models, you can show it things that you want it to learn about, or take pictures or videos. It has the only other physical control on it is a scroll wheel that you can use to scroll through stuff. You can also click it as a button, and when you hold it down, that's how you talk to it. It's powered by a 2.3 gigahertz MediaTek processor, 4 gigs of memory, and 128 gigs of storage. And it comes with this web service that they call Rabbit Hole. I can see what they're going for, but
that might be taking it too far.
In my opinion. But it's a web portal that you can use to like manage it from a computer or a phone. And as they say in their video, it's a simple little computer, but it's powered by not a large language model, but what they call a large action model, LAM or LAM. Its ability to understand you and the tools you use unlocks a large amount of functionality. It's an app controller, so you can say do this, do that,
which
and it'll
I'm really
figure
confused
it out.
by, but okay.
You can teach it things as well, so you can show it how you do something inside of an app, and then it'll like replicate that for you, supposedly. People who've watched the demo seem really impressed by it, but all those demos are kind of canned in some way or another. It knows how to use apps, and it doesn't really matter what OS you're on. It can control these things for you. So
that's what I was unclear on. Like, does it control your iPhone, or does it just do its own thing? Because it has a 4G LTE card in it, so clearly it has cell service. I'm so confused by this product. I mean, first of all, the damn thing looks incredible. I mean, like, they nailed their marketing. This thing may actually do nothing, and it still makes me want it, because Teenage Engineering is their Apple industrial design team levels of talent. They create beautiful products that function very well. The user experience is top-notch. And this thing looks like some kind of wild computer from the future, except it's handheld. I don't know if we were live when I mentioned this, but it looks like a gadget out of the movie Her, which is a movie with Joaquin Phoenix, where everyone has these little AI devices that they keep with them in their pockets, and it has a camera on it. And the AI, the software that powers it, is so lifelike that people begin falling in love with their computers because they're having like these personal relationships with them, and the computer's able to like do things for them. Now, obviously, this is not going to do that, but they say that it's going to be able to do things for you. And I'm like, how does that work? Like, if I say, call me an Uber, how does it know where I am? How do I know when the Uber is getting close? How do I know how much it's going to cost me? Like, there's all these things that you do in the app that it's just going to do for you. Is this a standalone product, or do I need to carry this in addition to my iPhone? Like, there's so many questions, so few answers. but they sold out the first 10,000 units, which was smart. They limited it to 10,000 units to $200 a pop. That's $2 million right there. It's like as close as you could get to having a line of Cult Cloth, your own Cult Cloth loose. But I don't know. Lots of people were hyped about this on Twitter. I also saw people completely roasting this. Like, you got to be out of your minds. Who would want to buy this? I'm supposed to carry this in addition to my iPhone. Like, that's obviously not happening. But AI is the buzz, you know? Everyone wants
It is
AI something.
it is a slight, even as a general like AI pessimist, it is a slightly more usable product than the Humane AI pin, which is trying to do the same thing, except it doesn't even have a screen and it doesn't even run apps. Like, all right, good luck with that. But on the other hand, this is even with this, as much as we like it and as much as we think it looks cool and slick and all that, this would be completely obsoleted as a product category if Apple just rolled out a smarter version of Siri. Which, hey, what's the next story?